Seacat, alarm aircraft, bearing green 90, range 100.
Action stations.
Action stations, action stations, hands to action stations. Assume NBCD State 1 condition Zulu. Hands to action stations.
Aircraft opening, wind 60.
Gone, sir.
Reconnaissance?
Yes, and now we know where we are.
Now they know where we are.
Revert to defense stations.
So. Fallout from action stations. Revert to NBCD State 2, condition Zulu. Revolutions 1, 1, 2.
Revolutions 1, 1, 2. 1, 1, 2, Revolution 7, repeat it, sir.
Very good.
Well, getting warm, Palfrey.
I suppose so, sir.
No quickening of the blood, Peter?
Not that I've noticed, sir.
Why, it is to be young and a Royal Marine. Scared me stiff.
Well, there's still plenty of action before this lot's over.
That is why I'm here, sir.
We've untied some of the chairs, is that all right?
Oh, sure, sure. And we only lash them down during action stations, you know. Save them for floating about and maybe jamming the pumps. Well, you guys coming for some grub?
No, we'll go later, Tom.
Oh, well, you better go while you can.
Oh?
Ah, well, if they call action stations again, you'll be on action macing, you know, mugs of soup and oggies.
Oh, we don't mind that.
Oh, well, I do. I'm too old for picnics.
Yeah, what was that aircraft?
Reconnaissance, they reckon.
Oh, well, we'll have soon then.
Expect so. Hey, what's all this?
Worst places I've been.
What? Fighting?
That's what the Royal Marines are for. Corps been in every action since the last war.
Are you boasting or complaining?
It's a fact, that's all.
Makes me glad I joined the Navy.
Well done!
Oh, God. Yes, Master.
If you'd moved any slower at action stations, that aircraft would have run out of fuel before you got there.
I've got a bad leg, Master.
Eh?
I fell down a ladder.
I don't care if it's cut off at the knee. At action stations, you move, and smartly. All right? Raven?
Yes, Master. Get my cocoa later. Well, go on, tell us about all this action then.
Matlows, all you're good for is driving this flaming thing.
No, look here, mate.
We stood down the defense state, Tom.
I heard the pipe.
Action stations. Tell you, some of these young lads move faster than a naffy queue.
Slow closing up.
This time, yeah. My God, next time they won't be. Or some heads will roll.
So now they know we're on our way.
How could they miss us? Sailing so near the coast by day.
Aye, there is that.
Funny idea, going in without any air cover.
Well, I suppose they know what they're doing.
Well, I have to hope they do, even if they don't.
Amen.
Saw your young Mr. Palfrey up top.
Oh, yes?
Seasick.
I heard he was prone to.
You've not soldiered with him before, then?
No, he's just out of training.
That place near Exeter. It's a blooming nightmare.
You been there?
No, but I've heard about it. That's enough, at my age.
Did you know his father was Boy Palfrey? Youngest brigadier in the British Army. General at 42, got everything but the VC, they told
Yeah,
me.
I know all that, but Well, why did he join the Marines then when he's got so much going for him in the brown jobs?
Get away from the old fella, maybe.
Chip off the old block, though, I bet.
It's a funny thing. I don't know whether he is or not.
No, gentlemen, please sit down. Now, you're all familiar with the general picture. Well, the international situation has worsened. We've received our orders. Hero has now been given a more specific role. But before I tell you about that, the First Lieutenant will bring you up to date on the background. Thank you, number one.
Sir. Right. The invasion is now 24 hours old. However, the invading forces are being contained. Our intelligence thinks it's a straightforward test of NATO solidarity. Remember, there have been a lot of question marks recently against the strength of purpose of the Atlantic Alliance.
The attack was a surprise.
Oh, the attack itself, yes, but not its location. We've always known that NATO is least defensible on its northern flank, and the invasion of Norway is no real test to a well-mobilized enemy. Now, there was no declaration of war on Norway, and it's to our advantage to keep things at a low profile. So far, no strategic or tactical nuclear weaponry has been used by either side, and our brief is that we do nothing that would escalate the conflict beyond conventional warfare. The immediate NATO objective is to retake the Norwegian coast, get control of the seaports and the airfields. At present, the UK is exposed to the threat of heavy conventional bombing, and the US air bases at Keflavik and Thule are also at immediate risk. Now, are there any questions thus far? Nope. Thank you, sir.
Right. As those of you who've seen the latest signals will know, a large-scale amphibious assault has been ordered for 23:30 tomorrow night on a beach on the northern coast. Norsen Beach, here. Troops and Royal Marine Commandos will landed from the assault craft under cover of naval gunfire support from the Phoebe, Juno, 2 USN destroyers, and ourselves. Any air support will be given by the Ark Royal and the USS Enterprise, but they won't be joining the main task force until tomorrow midday. Now, the success of this landing depends very largely on our getting the troops ashore without the enemy knowing about it too far in advance. As matters stand at the moment, they would know. This beach is commanded by a radar station on top of the cliffs, approximately here, right, pilot?
As far as I can judge, sir, yes.
Now, we must assume that this radar is capable of picking up the task force within at least 50 miles, giving the enemy plenty of time to prepare for us. So it has to be immobilized. Now, it's well camouflaged, and we can't take it out from the air without considerable risk to civilian communities in the area. So it has to be a ground attack. Now, unfortunately, the enemy know that too. And they know we're around, so they'll be expecting us to put ashore a small commando unit to attack that station under cover of darkness. So we're going to try and bluff them. We shall put the raiding party ashore under cover of darkness. But they won't attack until the morning. Tomorrow morning. Moreover, instead of using the beach and an encirclement round the hill, they're going to make a frontal attack by climbing the cliffs. Now, these cliffs are sheer, and it's reasonable to suppose that the enemy will think of them as a natural defense. But then they don't know too much about the Royal Marine Commandos. The raid will be led by Lieutenant Palfrey here, who has joined us with his little team for this express purpose.
Sir, we're going to have to close the coast to drop them. That radar station will pick us up on the way.
Pilot.
Thank you, sir. Yes, the radar station will pick us up. That's unavoidable, but we can do quite a lot to confuse them. We'll drop the Marines at 10 miles from the coast at half an hour before first light. With the Gemini, this means they'll hit the beach at first light and be able to see what they're doing when they tackle those cliffs. But for an hour before and for some time afterward, we will be navigating a box here, conducting a square search.
What for?
A good question. I hope those radar operators will be asking the same thing. Now, I don't know what they'll take from it, whether we've lost a man overboard, whether we're laying mines, whether we're sending a series of complicated signals to a submerged submarine. I don't care if they think we've gone mad. We will stop at various points for varying lengths of time, and on one of these occasions, we'll drop the Marines and the Gemini into the water.
We'll be at action stations throughout, and John, we must have the AS plot on top line at all times. You're inviting a submarine to take a free shot.
So, now there are several possible snags. If for any reason you lose your outboard motor on the way in, well, it's a long paddle and you won't hit the beach till way after first light.
Now, the motor's been checked. Tell me, is there any chance that the radar station will pick up the Gemini at all?
No real chance, but by the same score, we won't know if you've stopped or got into any trouble. You won't have a radio. The enemy would pick that up.
No, we shan't stop. Just put us down in the Gemini, we shall do the rest.
Also, from the chart, it seems as if we're going to be landing amongst rocks.
That's all right. Now, have you any aerial photographs?
No, they've been taken. We haven't received them yet.
In that case, how far do you estimate the radar station to be from the cliff top?
Oh, well, that's the other snag. I think it's about 400 yards. Here's a tracing of it. It's not exactly ordnance survey, but...
Thank you.
Well, I think that's all at this station.
You can verify that all your men are capable of getting up that cliff.
No problem, sir.
You'll discuss the plan with your senior NCO.
I shall brief him when we've finished here, yes, sir.
And on getting to the top of the cliff?
We shall find the radar station and blow it up. I shall be carrying the explosives myself.
Simple as that.
Why not?
Now, there's one thing I feel I ought to say. In an ideal world, this would be a job for a special boat service unit, landing clandestinely from a submarine. Unfortunately, ideal worlds do not cater for the sudden invasion of a friendly country by enemy forces. We have no submarines in the immediate vicinity, and we have no SPS personnel to call upon. Lieutenant Palfrey and his men will be undertaking a dangerous mission. We ourselves will be exposed to air and submarine attack and any other nasties that the enemy may care to dream up. But that's what it's all about. And we are here to spearhead the main assault. There's a lot of people counting on us, so let's keep our fingers out. Has anything else, Palfrey?
No, sir, I'm happy.
After the bang, we won't be going to pick you up. That would be pushing our luck too far. You'll lie low when you've completed the operation and join up with the main task force when they attack tomorrow night.
Yes, sir.
Right. Palfrey, no doubt you'll want to complete your final orders. Pilot, you'll make a final check on our approach to the coast, and if you'll both report to me in half an hour, we'll make a last check on everything.
Very good, sir.
Perhaps you'll join us, number one.
Aye, sir.
Right. Thank you, gentlemen.
Sam, sir.
Chief Jones!
Yes, sir.
Clear away the stuff now, please.
Palfrey's a life-size action man.
Oh, they all are. I'm just glad they're on our side.
Just put us down anyway.
He's a Royal Marine, sir.
I'm glad he agreed to use the Gemini. I thought he was going to say he could walk on water.
Oh, don't.
Yes.
My intention signal to CNC,
Oh,
sir.
yes. Weather report's in.
Oh.
Apart from an early morning mist, it's going to be a good day, you'll be glad to learn.
Well, let's hope it's a good day for Palfrey.
Everybody suitably impressed with our Mr. Palfrey?
General consensus of wardroom opinion is that he's a cross between Superman and Genghis Khan.
When he gets ashore, he may have to be, and that looks to be pretty rough terrain.
He'll have a fair chance.
He'll have a fighting chance. And no one can ask for more in this situation.
We're very exposed in that cliff face.
He's going to feel even more exposed when he gets to the top, if he does.
Still, Palfrey seems pretty confident, and after all, he is the Marine commanding officer.
Yes. He's all of 23, isn't he?
Well, Sergeant, what do you think? Can we get up those cliffs? We've got a cliff climber with us, so there's no reason why not. Sit down, Sergeant. You don't seem very enamored of the plan.
Well, it's daylight, that's all.
That's the whole idea, surprise.
Yes, well, I've been on daylights before, sir, and there's always been more daylight than surprise.
Well, that's not our problem. Do you see any real snags in the plan?
Well, I reckon we're bound to be sus once we're on top, sir. They might not spot us before then from the blockhouse, but once we're on top, we're in full view of them, sir.
Look, Sergeant, this is the only plan I've been given. As far as the terrain is concerned, I don't know my head from a hole in the ground, nor do you. There may be cover up there on top of the cliffs. On the other hand, there may not be. I am told, however, that there should be 400 yards between the cliff top and the radar station, so there should be some cover. We'll just have to go and see and take it from there.
Yes, sir.
What do you mean, yes, sir?
I mean, I agree with you, sir.
Fine. I want you to recheck the engine in the chimney and make absolutely certain about the climbing gear, all right?
Yes, sir. Sir, the explosive.
I shall be carrying that.
You'll carry it, sir.
And cheer up, man. It's a chance to show 'em what we can do.
Show who, sir? Sir.
How goes it?
Okay. That's the plan.
You happy?
Yes, it'll work.
I thought you said it was okay.
Double checking.
Treble checking, if I know you.
All right. But if there's a strong tide against them, and the Germany isn't making 20 knots, Palfrey will be caught in the open sea in daylight.
That's a thought.
If anything goes wrong, I don't want it to be my fault, not in this job.
That's the trouble with the booties.
What?
They give you a conscience they're so damned efficient.
Well, if Palfrey's anything to go by, he'll run through brick walls for the sheer hell of it.
Maybe he likes doing things the hard way.
Why, when it's not necessary?
I don't know. Still, I'm glad it's him going ashore, not me.
Yes?
Time's getting on. I'll go and dig him out. By the way, do you hear who his father was?
No.
Boy Palfrey. General Boy Palfrey?
No.
There you are.
Yep.
Almost time to see the captain.
Yes.
Reading?
Yeah. My father, diaries. He gave them to me when I joined, just before he died. He always kept them, you know. Even on the night before an action. Alameин's here. Says D-Day. All beautifully written, not even a tremor. Just look at them.
Leading Seaman Patterson, SCR.
You're lucky. All my old man kept was a duffel coat for the garden.
What was he?
Well, flag officer, I'm afraid.
Then you know how it is.
Sorry?
Famous father, all that.
It's boring. Very, very boring. I had a lot of trouble at school with it.
My trouble was at home.
Huh? Yes, well, I can believe that. Still, it's interesting, though. What action were you reading about?
His thoughts on the first time he ever went into action. Belgian border, 1940.
It's a bit of a shambles, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes, it was. Even he was in a shambles once. Odd to think of that.
I better get going. Captain will be waiting. You ready?
Yes, of course.
Yes? Ah, come in. Well, Palfrey, we thought about the plan, discussed it with your sergeant.
Yes, sir, I have.
And?
No problems.
There's nothing you'd like to ask?
No, sir, seems quite straightforward.
Well, I'm glad you think so. Pilot.
Well, this might help. I've had another look at the contours, and I think there may be some dead ground between the radar station and top of the cliffs.
Well, we'll just have to wait and see, won't we? I think we have to go straight for the radar station and blow it. Simple as that. I mean, it isn't as if it's miles away, is it?
No.
So, no problems?
Yes, sir.
Nothing. The rocks, the cliffs, perfectly satisfied in every way.
Sir, I think we can assume that our approach won't be mined. It's just a matter of getting to the radar station. The job is to knock the thing out. We shall knock it out.
This is your first raid of this kind.
Is that relevant?
No, perhaps not. All right, good luck, Peter.
Sam?
It's a lot of trouble to work that damn thing out for him.
We can't help him now, Bob.
Well, he needn't have been quite so offhand.
I have a lot of sympathy for Palfrey, actually.
Excuse me, sir?
What do you think?
He'll be all right.
What a stupid game. Oh, any news, Sergeant?
Go tonight, land by Jiminy.
Oh, good. I don't like hanging about.
We've got a cliff needs climbing.
In darkness?
No, it'll be first light as we hit the shore. We climb and attack in daylight.
Right.
So I want you up first and ropes down for the lads.
All right. Who gets the explosives?
Mr. Palfrey.
That's not usual, is it?
It's Mr. Palfrey's decision.
Well, don't he trust no one else with it? Oh, well, yeah, I think everything's ready now, Sergeant.
Right now, then, Mr. Palfrey will be down to brief you all before we go. And don't forget, he doesn't like stupid questions.
Yeah, Sergeant. How is Mr. Palfrey?
He's all right. Why?
Not seasick.
Look, I don't know how this rumour got around about Mr. Palfrey being seasick, but let me tell you this, all of you. We have a fine young officer in Mr. Palfrey. He passed out very high in training, and he comes from the right background. All right, I know it's his first job, but he's the man who can do it. So if I hear any more comments about seasickness or anything of that sort, the person responsible will be answerable to me. Understood? Now, lads, I know you and you know me. Let's do this job the Marines way.
I really walked into that one, didn't I? Right.
Oh, you off and you're on ashore then? What time are you going?
You'll be told if you need to know.
Ah, you're joking. Nobody ever tells me anything.
Probably isn't worth the effort.
Oh, aye. Well, if you guys are so clever, how come you get all the dirty jobs?
Responsible jobs.
Well, you're welcome, Oppo.
Sergeant!
Sergeant. I mean, hell, I'm interested. No, I mean, genuinely.
In what?
Oh, what makes you volunteer for the boot? Marines. I mean, come on, you can't enjoy it.
Have you ever heard of job satisfaction?
Well, what's that then?
It means doing what you want to do.
Oh, aye. I do. But you know, naval regulations keep getting in the way.
Corporal, I think we'll take Grogan ashore with us tonight.
Right, Sergeant.
Oh, you can't do that. Can you?
No, on second thoughts. It would give the enemy an unfair advantage.
You know, I know cockroaches with more sense of humour than that guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy, Sergeant Watkins.
Oh, aye? That'd be quite the home in Norway then, with the rest of the trolls.
Get out of it.
Check magazines. Webbing. Jump. Ropes ready, Corporal. Jump.
Stand by the hoist. Stand by. Man the guys. Up slow.
Slow astern, both engines.
Slow astern, both engines.
Plot, Captain, about to stop again.
Both engines. Roger. Slow astern.
Heave it. Check away. Well, stand by the lock.
Reading party ready and inspected, sir.
Thank you, sir. I don't think so.
What are you doing, Grogan?
Is that, explosive in that rucksack, Master?
What do you think? Beads to pacify the natives?
Those fellas give me the creeps.
And God knows what you do to them, lad. Stand with that ladder. Go on.
At the drop position now, Quartermaster.
Aye, sir.
Stop both engines.
Stop both engines.
Get the way up as quickly as you can.
Both engines repeated stop, sir.
Slow astern, both engines.
Slow astern, both engines. Both engines repeated slow astern, sir.
Stop both engines.
Stop both engines. Both engines repeated stop, sir.
Flight deck, Captain. Lower the jimmy.
Flight deck, roger.
Load away! Well! Right, lads.
Stand by to slip! Slip!
It's all yours, Peter. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Glad I joined our lot, Master, aren't you?
For once, Grogan, we agree.
Bridge, flight deck. All clear aft.
Roger. Let's go, Bob. Back to your square downs.
Slow ahead, both engines.
Slow ahead, both engines. Both engines repeated slow ahead, sir.
Half ahead, both engines.
Half ahead, both engines.
The timing was good, sir. Steer 012.
Steer 012. Both engines repeated half ahead, sir. Revolution set and repeated, sir.
Very good. Back on simulated search now, so we stop again in 11 minutes.
Good. Well done, Bob.
I hope so, sir, for their sake.
Well, we can do no more for them. At the sharp end now.
Another half mile, Sergeant. Yes, sir. Well, there it is. Climber. Corporal. Let's get up this thing. Well, Corporal, what do you think?
Blimey.
Well, come on, man. Can you or can't you?
Yeah, I think we can manage that all right, sir.
Right, let's get on with it. Come on, don't take all day. Nichols.
There it is, sir. And a sentry.
We'll never have a chance of rushing that, sir.
No, it's much too close. Lars got it all wrong. Right, here's what we'll do. Sergeant, take Nicola along the cliff to your right. The corporal and I will get in close to the other side.
Then what, sir?
We'll wait 10 minutes until we're in position of cut wires, that sort of thing. Then I want you to create a diversion.
What sort of diversion, sir?
Well, just reveal yourselves, draw their fire, distract them. You ought to be the decoy.
Are we, sir?
Yes. But be careful. With any luck, it'll give me the chance I need. Right. In 10 minutes from now. Get going.
sentry. We'll time him, and you cover me while I make the run-in.
Right.
Hell, there's another one. Let's see if that diversion works. Let's get this bloody wire cut. Stand back. Stand by to move. Move. Right. Cover me.
Ah, now. Be seated. You are not hurt, Lieutenant, not injured in any way.
No.
You may speak quite frankly. You must not be too disappointed on how things have turned out. Anyway, it's of no importance now, Lieutenant. Our undamaged radar will pick up the main force before the landings. Is that not so? So, merely for my own curiosity, when will the main force make its landings? Lieutenant Palfrey, stand up!
When will the main force make its landings and in what strength? Come along now, Lieutenant. It's purely a point of information of no real consequence.
Peter Palfrey, Lieutenant.
When do they land?
Peter
In
Palfrey,
what strength? I will find out from your men, if not from you, so why waste everybody's time?
Peter Palfrey.
Come now, will it be raiders, Marines like yourself, perhaps, or a small commando force, using one of your light raiding craft?
Peter Palfrey, Lieutenant. Royal Marines.
Do you wish a drink of water?
I'm all right.
My rank is as a major! You should know about rank. Rank has to be earned, Mr. Palfrey. You should know that.
Sir. Major.
So, I'll ask you once again. Is this to be a full-scale landing or just a small commando force? Come now, Lieutenant, answer me. What's to be gained by keeping all this to yourself? Oh, that frigate. It kept us guessing all night. Very clever, very imaginative. That part of the mission went absolutely to plan. It was only when your force came ashore, when you were in absolute command, that things began to go wrong. Is that not so? So, what time will the main force make its landing, and in what strength? After all, Lieutenant, what does it matter now, my dear fellow? You know, you behave very foolishly. I speak not personally, purely in a military sense. Sure, your sergeant must have suggested that you go around the edge of the cliff, and that way we may never have seen you at all.
So he told you?
Nobody told me anything. But directly both your parties moved forward, we could see you. Why didn't you go around the back of us, the blind side? It was so obvious. Any experienced soldier must have seen it. Get the lieutenant some coffee, will you? Did your sergeant suggest that? If you've taken the advice of an older man, an experienced soldier, your mission might have been extremely successful. Instead, you went for glory. Or would that be too strong a way of putting it? That, in your particular case, is perfectly understandable, is it not? Your name, Lieutenant Palfrey, a very distinguished one. Never mind, we can never live up to the image of our fathers. As if Freud said something about that. We constantly fail them, at least in our own eyes.
Roger, report all contacts to me as you get them.
Roger, sir.
Yes. Yes, Derek.
Safeguard signal, sir. Our part in the exercise has been cancelled.
Cancelled? Why?
According to this, Lieutenant Palfrey has killed a Norwegian officer during interrogation and run away.
What?
Well, we're ordered into Lawick, sir, but they want you ashore as soon as possible.
Right. Well, you'll have to take her in, Derek. Pipe flag stations.
All right, sir.
you ever been to Larwick before?
No, never been to Norway before.
It's a good alongside.
Our captain would have been twice as fast.
He'll be doing some fast talking ashore.
If the Norwegians are prepared to listen, they're going to want blood for this.
Poor Palfrey.
It's too late to be sorry for him, Bob. He's had it now.
The weather is holding. Not sure if that's good or bad.
General Tearing, you were talking about the police.
Ah, yes. The police have asked for army assistance in the manhunt. We have armed patrols.
Armed patrols?
He has already killed a man.
Oh, yes, sir, but...
Revolvers only. The request was for riflemen, but I overruled it. They are upset, you see.
Thank you, sir.
Olaf, cigar. You will smoke?
No, thank you, sir.
You know Palfrey, obviously. He came from your ship.
He was on temporary attachment to HMS Hero, sir, for the duration of the exercise.
There was something said... Ah, yes. He is the son of a war hero, no?
Yes, sir, the late General Palfrey. Boy Palfrey of Saint-Nazaire fame.
Of course. A fine officer. A pity the son should blight the name.
General Tearing, we don't yet know all the facts.
The facts are perfectly clear. Palfrey struck down an innocent man. He is now a criminal, Commander. A criminal on the run.